Hey, what's going on, Mass family? This is Dwayne Spires, your summer camp and after school program expert with the Martial Arts Success Team, and we've got an awesome episode of Mindset Monday. You are going to love this. Make sure that you share it with your team. These strategies that I'm going to teach you right now are going to make such a huge impact in your school, regardless if you apply them to after school, summer camp, evening martial arts, whatever program that you have, this stuff works right now. So what are we going to talk about? How to get customers for life. I want you to be able to create raving fans and do so by just spending a couple of dollars. This is going to be awesome. So make sure that you turn off your cell phones. If you're watching this from a computer, shut down any browser windows with social media so there's no distractions. And of course, you want to take lots of notes. This is an awesome video to watch and actually utilize with your staff during their next training session, or you can just simply share your notes with your team. So either way that you want to do this, let's rock and roll. Before we get started, I want to welcome all of our new coaching members as well as our Insider Circle members. You guys are going to love this. And like always, we're bringing fresh, awesome new content for you. So first thing, let's talk about a fun fact. People love acknowledgement. I just want to share a quick story. So I was competing in a pistol competition last night, and to my surprise, I actually ended up getting first place. It's my first place finish. I've only been doing this for a couple months, so I was actually pretty surprised. But what was even more impressive was that they gave me a trophy. Now, we're talking like a $5 trophy, but still, it meant so much. I was like, wow, this is really cool. It became a symbol of my accomplishment. So we're going to take that and combine it with some stuff that we learned this past weekend when we were speaking at the ATA Fall Nationals event, because I saw some really cool things I wanted to share with you guys, and let's all go to the next level together. So first thing, question for you. How are you going above and beyond to acknowledge your students and their parents, right? We all acknowledge students. You know, they get stripes, they get belts, they get certificates, things like that. And in a moment, we're going to cover top 10 ways to do that. But also, more importantly, is are you acknowledging parents? Yes, you heard me correctly, parents. So what I want you to do is identify several of these things that you can implement into your school right now. Delegate this stuff to your directors, your coaches, and implement it. This is how you're going to get to the next level. And keep in mind, Lauren and I were on stage at our last event, and one of the questions that we brought up to our entire group, which was really meaningful, was, what is the value of an extra 1 year of retention? Here in the Mass system, when you're running an after-school and summer camp program, as well as evening martial arts, that's easily $5,000 to $6,000 per year per kid. So if you can increase your students' retention on average by half a year or even a year or more, you are literally generating thousands, probably tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars over the next several years. So let's identify the top 10 things here. Ways to acknowledge your student. Number one, this might be new to some of our new members. For some of you, you may have heard this before. First day certificate, which is also referred to as a white belt certificate. So regardless of how that person joins your team, when you have a student, this is a child, teen, or adult, you can do this in fitness class, you can do this for the after school program, you could literally have a first day certificate for that as well, you can do this for summer camp. They need to have something, a token, an actual physical certificate that they can take home with them that has their name and their date. That is a home run. Second thing, a white belt. Now, if you have a student that starts the EMA program, which stands for Evening Martial Arts, right? You want them to earn a white belt. Now, I get it. If you're doing a free trial and you give them a white belt, that's going to cost a couple of bucks. But like this title says, you're creating raving fans for just a couple of dollars. A white belt, you can order it from Century, Asian World, Tiger Claw, Bold Look, any of those places. It's just a couple of bucks. But when a student gets their white belt on that first or second class, it's so meaningful to them because it becomes real. They get to take something from your school home with them, and it's something that they can be proud of. Always take a Sharpie marker, especially for the kids. Write their name on one of the tips of the belt, and then on the other tip, make sure that you schedule their yellow belt testing. You want something tangible and concrete. When they see that date, it gives them something to actually strive for, a real tangible goal. Number three, find a place in your school that has a logo and make sure they're standing in front of it so they can take a picture with their certificate, with their white belt, huge smile, thumbs up. Yes, even for you tough MMA and jiu-jitsu guys that are watching this video, get the smiles going, get the thumbs up. That's the culture that I want to see in your school. So many schools that are suffering, so many schools that are losing students are trying to be too hardcore. They're like, you have kids in their ads that are like, okay, cool, that's awesome for like the 1% families, right? Like the parents that actually want their kids to fight in the UFC one day. But there's this whole other 99% majority that really doesn't care if their child becomes a UFC superstar or not. So, smiles, thumbs up, happiness, right? That's the culture you want to create because you want to serve the 99% of the population. Number 4, gold stars for academic success. You can find gold stars in a lot of places. We always ordered ours from Joanne.com. You can order them straight from Hong Kong if you wanted to and get them for like super ultra wholesale cheap prices. But the way that this works, again, quick refresher for those of you that have been in the system for a while, they get 2 gold stars for straight A's, 1 gold star for A's and B's, and they get 1 gold star if they have perfect attendance for that grading period in school, right? So you want kids to anxiously and excitedly rush into your school with all of their report cards the day that they come out so that you can acknowledge all of their awesome grades. Okay, so you're probably thinking, well, Dwayne, what if we have a kid who doesn't get all A's and B's or doesn't get straight A's? Hey, no big deal. Acknowledge them, have everyone clap for them bringing their report card in. They might not get a star unless they have perfect attendance. However, this is a good opportunity for you to set goals in a public way. Hey, little Johnny, listen, there's a couple grades that I want you to bring to the next level. So just like in martial arts, if we want to get better, what do? We practice. For you to get better academically in school, what do you have to do? Practice, study, do your homework, turn it in on time, have integrity, develop confidence around that. So this is an opportunity for you as a school owner and or if you're an active instructor to be able to inspire them to be awesome. And guess what happens the next 9 weeks or the next grading period? They come in, huge smile on their face because they brought their grade up, and it's a home run, and you've locked them in for life. So they're going to be super pumped. Number 5, this one's simple. Anytime that they go to a seminar, a demo, a fall festival, spring festival, winter festival, anything, any event, right? They earn a platinum star for their uniform. Now, if you are a coaching member, Platinum Elite, Platinum or Gold, you have access to our after-school program success course or the summer camp success course, right? Awesome courses. We show you where to put those stars and how to really take that to the next level. So make sure that you're implementing that right now. Number 6, red or blue stars for team building. We talk about this in our courses, you know, the whole raffle system that we teach, the 5 raffle tickets, the grand prize drawing, right? The red and blue stars for the uniforms. You know, if you look at the military, the police, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, I don't know, any other places that have lots of patches and acknowledgments, even in the scuba industry. So I love scuba diving, and you get all of these acknowledgments in that industry as well. You can get certified for all these different things, and you get these little cards, these cert cards that show your accomplishment. People love being acknowledged. That's the whole point of today's training. So find ways that you can do that. All right, number 7, custom patches. We're going to take a live look at the Century website, and by no means is this an endorsement or, you know, promotion for Century. It's just Century's a good company and they've got great stuff. So we support people who do good things for our members. We're going to take a live look at some of the custom patches that they have, and there's a ton of places that you guys can buy patches. All right, number 8. This one is really awesome. We call these the off-the-mat rewards or acknowledgments. So the more tied into social media that you and your team are with your students and their families, the more that you learn about your students. So if you have an after-school program, for example, and a kid comes in and he or she has a soccer trophy or they have some really cool award that they won at school. Maybe it's, you know, spelling bee champion or citizenship award. Maybe they had great behavior, right? You want to be able to give them a gold star for these off-the-mat rewards. You want your kids to be successful in all areas of their life, not just in martial arts class. You want to create well-rounded leaders, right? So that's how you do it. Now, number 9, this is something really cool that I noticed just this past week at the ATA event that I had the opportunity to speak at. So one thing that I instantly noticed about the ATA uniforms is on the back, they had their names. They had, some of these people, this was a big competition. There was like probably 2,000 competitors. They had the year that they competed and that they won world championships or district championships or national championships or region. I mean, they had all kinds of acknowledgments on the back of their uniform. But what was really cool with it is it was customized with their name. And that also ties in with number 10. You want uniforms with tournament wins. I thought this was a fantastic and just genius idea. And what's great about it is you can customize your uniforms and take them to the next level. You have areas on the sleeves for patches, on the back, on the chest, on the bottom lapels. There's so many places that you can customize uniforms. And I want to give you something to think about when we talk about like the psychology of influence or the psychology of aligning somebody's identity with your organization. The moment that a person starts to see themselves as a martial artist is different than when they see themselves as someone who's doing martial arts. All right, let me say that again. You're either somebody who's doing martial arts or you are a martial artist, right? When you have a uniform with your name on it, I don't care if you're a white belt, subconsciously, you're seeing your name, you're seeing your identity on that uniform that you proudly wear. You showcase your accomplishments, right? You want your students to be able to do that as quickly as possible. And in a moment, we're going to talk about ways to get their parents on board with doing that as well. So I want you to get creative, and in the comments section below, post some of your ideas, ways that you customize your uniforms to make things special for your students. I would love to hear about it. And if you're a coaching member, like I said before, you have access to our platinum group or our gold group, right? These masterminds are perfect for sharing these ideas. So I want you to be able to spread the awareness about what's working for you, and then you're going to see hundreds of other people share the same about what's working in their school. So customize it with names, with wins, with competition, all that stuff. It's awesome. Okay, now let's move on here and talk about ways that you can acknowledge your students' parents literally starting this evening. Okay, you can do this in the next class. First off, we always teach the 3-second rule. If you have somebody that walks into your school, right, they come into your lobby, within 3 moments, they need to be greeted with a, hey, how's it going? Welcome to XYZ school. I'll be right with you if you're already busy with someone else. The 3-second rule is imperative. You never, ever want somebody to walk in and just stand there. You see how awkward that was just now, that weird pause that just happened? Multiply that by 100. That's how they feel, right? It's so awkward. All right, number 2, a before and after class compliment. Okay, this is so incredibly powerful for a student's parent. If you are watching this right now and you have kids, you automatically know how this is as a parent. You walk in, you see your kid doing something cool. That's awesome to see, right? But then if you have another adult that acknowledges how great your child is, it just makes you feel amazing. Makes you feel incredible. You have the opportunity to do this before and after class for all of your customers. When you make that part of the culture of your school, your retention is going to go through the roof. All right, number 3, first day, awesome parent award. This is something new that I want you guys to try out. So I've never taught this before. I want you to modify the first day certificate or the white belt certificate template. If you're a coaching member, you have access to this. Modify it, turn it into an awesome parent award, and give that, literally, call the parent up in front of the whole class to be like, hey, little Johnny, congrats. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, whatever, congrats. Give each one of them a certificate. Watch what happens. Huge smiles, great social media opportunity. Now you have the whole family getting pictures together, thumbs up, holding their certificates. Win, win, win. Number 4, referral rewards. Now, we talked a moment ago about the referral system and how you want to reward kids that are in your program for bringing their friends, right? But what do you do if their friend becomes an actual paying member? They become a customer. That's when you surprise the student's parent, the referral source, right, with a gift. There's a great book. It's called Giftology. Definitely check it out. You can order it on Amazon. It's awesome. It's like $10. It'll make a huge impact. And what's great about this is when they actually help you enroll someone new, Or if they help you get your foot into the door of an elementary school, or they introduce you to a tournament sponsor, or they introduce you to an event sponsor, which we're going to talk about that a little bit later in some future Mindset Mondays on how to get sponsors. But back to this. Surprise them with something right around the $50 level. It could be a gift card. If you're connected with them on social media, like we always say, you'll have the opportunity to learn about what they're into, and you can surprise them with a custom gift if you want. Or you can keep it simple and just do gift cards. Either way, make it random, acknowledge them, bring them up in front of the class, give them this awesome referral gift, and make them feel like $1 million. Okay, number 5, thank you cards, birthday cards, anything for acknowledgement. Mail them to their house. It's fantastic to get this handwritten card in the mail. It puts a smile on people's faces. It costs you like $1.50 to get the card, the envelope, and postage, right? So be in the habit of doing that. Number 6, this one is new. This is something I want to challenge you to do with your parents. So imagine how amazing it will be when you have all these families that are signing up their kids, right? And you get the parent actively involved in doing the adult martial arts class. Even if you tell them, hey, listen, we're just going to do this for the next 8 weeks. You can come for free. We call this the Yellow Belt Challenge because we want you to experience how awesome this is with your child. Because studies show that when parents and kids do things together, it lasts longer. So how cool will that be if every one of the parents that are sitting in your lobby has at least experienced what it's like to test for and to earn a yellow belt? And you know what? I would do this whole thing for free. This is a perk. This is a benefit, a unexpected surprise, if you will. Now, you're probably thinking, well, what if they don't want to do it? Hey, no big deal. It's okay. But go above and beyond to acknowledge the parents publicly who take action on this challenge. And guess what's going to happen? If you have 100 parents that all go through the Yellow Belt Challenge, I guarantee you at least 20 to 30% of them will easily become an active, paying adult martial arts student. That adds up to tens of thousands of dollars. All right, number 7, seminars with parent involvement. Board-breaking seminars are fantastic. One of our Platinum Elite members, Mary Tons, she recently had one. She sold out, I think, 2 out of the 3 that she hosted. Had a great time, made a lot of money doing it. Board-breaking seminars, pad-holding seminars. For example, if you have a pad seminar where they sign up for 30 or 40 bucks, it gets the student a platinum star, a certificate, and a kicking paddle. Well, guess what? You can have the parent join during that seminar so that the parent themselves can learn how to actually hold the kicking paddle. And then they get a free kicking paddle with the enrollment of the seminar. So you can get this stuff wholesale. Century, Tiger Claw, Asian World, all these vendors have these items for wholesale pricing. So pick out something that's affordable, even if it's just like a square target, because guess what happens? They go home, and what does the parent continue to do for the child? They continue to train at home. They hold the pad for the child. And now, because they attended your seminar, they've learned how to hold that pad safely. So incorporate that now. Get one on your schedule. Parents are going to love it. We would sell those out all the time. 50 kids in a seminar at 30 or 40 bucks each is what, $1,500 to $2,000 like that? That's easy money. Take advantage of that. Number 8, celebrate personal wins. This is the 3rd time I brought this up. The more connected you are on social media to all of your students and their families, you get to celebrate wins. Let's say that, Mr. or Mrs. Jones, they bought a new house. Cool. Congratulate them on your parent group that they bought a new house. Or let's say that somebody gets a promotion or starts a new business. Awesome. Talk about that on your Facebook group. Now, what if they have some personal wins that you maybe don't want to share on the Facebook group, but you still want to acknowledge them? Number 9, look how easy that is. Be active. Remember, you're a family. You're not just a school owner or instructor and you have students. You guys are a family, just like we are at MAST. Comment on their personal stuff. You could put me on the spot and I can tell you several things probably right now off the top of my head about each and every one of you. Why? It's because we're friends on Facebook. We're friends on Instagram. We pay attention to the awesome stuff that you guys do in your personal life, and we invite you to do that with your members as well. It's a family. Now, number 10, repost and share their testimonials. When somebody says something awesome about your program, your after-school program, your summer camp, your evening martial arts classes, or maybe they just say something awesome about one of your instructors, when you get that on film, repost it. Tag them every time that you repost it, because when people are made aware of their testimonials and they get to watch themselves acknowledging how awesome your business is, the retention stays higher. It's an easy way to dual purpose that so that your retention goes up and you spread awareness about what other people are saying about your program. We have hundreds of amazing reviews about Mast. All these people that are making money, that are going to the next level, buying new vans, which, by the way, at the time of this filming today, Corey Coffrin and Elisha Coffrin just got their 4th after-school program van. So shout out to you guys. Rockstar stuff right there. Jackson up in Oklahoma City just got his first van. We pay attention to this stuff, you guys. So congrats. And I know we got off on a tangent. I just wanted to acknowledge you on that stuff. But here's the thing. We have hundreds of testimonials. When you get a testimonial, don't just post it one time. Recycle that. Post it once a month or once every other week. People need to hear about how you're changing lives. All right, so this is amazing stuff. You guys were watching this. I gave you 20 amazing ideas right now. You heard all this great stuff, right? And you're probably thinking, okay, I am getting excited because I know that I can implement at least half of these right now. You could do it this week. So real quick, let's take a live look. I'm going to back out of this presentation here, and let's take a live look at Century. All right, so here I just went to the search bar, typed in patches, and this is what popped up, okay? Again, I haven't even looked at these yet, but I'm already seeing ideas. So look at this. First year in training, 2 years in training, 3, 4, 5. How many does this go to? It goes to 9 years in training. How cool would that be if you get to acknowledge every single student and every single staff member for every year that they're training? One of the ideas that pops into my mind right now is if you have a patch on the shoulder or anywhere on the uniform that's constantly going to be swapped out, what I recommend doing is sewing Velcro onto your uniform and then sewing Velcro onto the patch. So that way they can put the patch on and then peel it off and then replace it with one of these other ones. Okay. 100% effort, excellent form, sparring, stances, most improved, outstanding dedication, rising star, splits club. Oh my gosh, we would use splits club. The kids loved it. You want your kids to have high, beautiful kicks. You want them to be flexible because it cuts down on injury. Even in jiu-jitsu, there's a lot of black belts. One of my buddies, Matt Arroyo, who's here with Gracie Tampa South, he actually hosts flexibility seminars for his adult students. So flexibility is important for any style of martial arts that you train, and Splits Club is a cool way to acknowledge that for your students. Black Belt Club, Masters Club, oh, there we go, 10 years in training. I was about to say, like, who stops at 9? You want to go to at least 10, right? So if you take a look at this, these are all great ideas. And one thing, oh, this is perfect. SWAT team. Here we go, junior instructor, junior leader. So think about this. Kid earns a red belt in your martial art program. They can test to be a junior leader. When they get to advanced red, they can test to be a junior instructor. After being a junior instructor, they can test at brown belt to become a trainee instructor. You see what's happening? You're molding them to give them all of these things to look forward to. I always hear instructors are like, oh man, these kids are pumped up about testing for their belts, and then one day they'll become a black belt and, continue to go up the ranks. How cool is that going to be if you give them all of these other smaller things right now to get excited about, right? Trainee instructor patch. What is that going to cost you? $4.49? That's not even wholesale. You can probably get it for 50% off of that. So as you go down, I challenge you, start looking at ways that you can go above and beyond. Acknowledge people with tangible patches, customization, trophies, all this cool stuff. Make them earn it. I'm old school. You should never give something away unless somebody's earned it. However, go above and beyond to give them chances to earn things, because the more that they earn, the more acknowledgement that you give them, the longer that they are staying in your program. Guaranteed. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm excited to hear about all of your awesome ideas and suggestions. Post in the comment section below and let us know. All right, guys, once again, my name is Dwayne Spires, your summer camp and after school program expert with the Martial Arts Success Team, and I look forward to seeing you on next week's episode of Mindset Monday.